Welcome, welcome! We're playing episode 4 of Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York, and let's get ready to rumble! Hi guys, I'm King Priam by night, and we're playing Thane, the newly made neonate vampire, and he's in a pickle. He has just met the prince, and she has spoken to her council, and an ominous feeling is setting in when the council are returning. And let's see what happens. Kadir appears from downstairs as well and starts walking over to you, glowering. When you hear the verdict, ask to be spared. I will intervene. Remember my condition. She flashes a sad smile towards Kadir, who does not smile back. The sheriff's immaculate suit is now complemented by a curved, oriental-looking metal scabbard fastened with a colorful sash around his waist. It would look vaguely ridiculous if it wasn't surprisingly intimidating first and foremost. Kadir takes his place next to you and observes as the prince takes center stage again. Loyal kindred of New York City Camarilla gathered here tonight. I have made my decision regarding this fledgling. She briefly addresses you. Things might have been different if you showed your readiness to follow the lead of your superiors. Alas, your rash behaviors damn you to a cruel but not unjust fate. You're all keenly aware that these nights we need to close our ranks and trust the wisdom of our elders and their traditions more than ever before. As our trusted sheriff pointed out, there can be only one course of action. There is no place for compassion when our very existence is under constant threat. Although I acknowledge some of my council's divergent opinion on this. She takes a look specifically at one of the people who left the room before, a rather pointedly dressed, shy-looking man whose skin has somewhat healthier tone. He bows his head in deference. I hold the final authority over this fledgling fate, and I declare while their embrace might be their sire's responsibility, in their absence it is their progeny that shall be punished. It is unfortunate, but this is how it needs to be. The sentence is final death, to be resolved presently. Kadir. You hear a scraping sound and see that the sheriff has unsheathed his curved sword. It is a beautiful detailed blade, which you expect must be worth a small fortune. Its apparent sharpness makes you freeze up. 2 outs, bottom out of 9. He quite mumbled, is audible not to nobody but you. As his eyes meet yours, you note just a hint of sadness in his countenance, one that quickly vanished to give way to grim determination. And he's out to bat. You will not get another chance to speak up. We have noticed before that escaping or trying to run is not a good option, as Kadir seems to be really quick. Remain silent when we have a Patreon happy to help us at the moment and has asked us to ask for mercy. So I only see one option. It's to grovel and submit. You make your choice. I don't want to die. Spare me, please. Prince, if I may ask you to stay the sheriff's hand for a while longer? Kadir's look at the prince, awaiting her response. The sword is still hanging above you, threatening to fall at a moment's notice. Is there something you'd like to say, Miss Langley? Yes, if I may. At first, the prince looks somewhat annoyed at the distraction, but she stays quiet for a while, measuring the mood in the room. The bored elites suddenly look at you with aroused interest, some of them dismayed at not seeing the bloodshed, but all intrigued by the unexpected twist. The prince nods. Well, let's hear it. Sophie takes a few steps forwards. All eyes are on her now, but Kadir's heavy hand on your shoulder makes it clear you won't take advantage of the distraction. My prince, while the traditions are clear, I believe that the proper context should be observed in addition to the letter of our laws. This fledgling is a burden, but with proper guidance there could become an asset to our domain. Am I to understand you're volunteering to take this sireless child under your protection? Yes, I happen to think they might hold a potential that would be unfortunate to waste. I do expect their full cooperation, of course. Whispers can be heard again. Incredulous voice or two. A hushed, just behead the fucker. Some suppressed exclamation of surprise. Silence! I ask you all to make a note of this moment. I might be persuaded to bend one tradition in this child's favor, but another will have to be enforced even more firmly in its stead. Until thy progeny shall be released, thou shall command them in all things. Their sins are thine to endure. Are you certain that's a responsibility you wish to shoulder, Miss Langley? I'm willing to guide this fledgling and add a valuable ally to our sect in a time of need, yes. But I would like to receive the right of destruction over them, if it pleases me. Oh wow, should I remain silent? I have no idea what's happening. Give me a chance to prove myself. Yeah, that's interesting. What's the right of destruction? I think I will give up my voice some carrying. I'm worth keeping alive, Prince. Give me a chance to prove myself. That remains to be seen. I do take notice of your tenacity. See that it doesn't become a burden. I shall grant you what you ask. Let it be known. Sophie Langley of the Clan of the Rose will become this fledgling patron. They shall be considered like sire and child. Miss Langley will take full responsibility for them, and then I grant her the right of destruction if she's fit to use it. Let my intentions be clear, however. If I am to turn a blind eye to one of our most important traditions on this occasion, I expect it to be beneficial to the Camarilla, substantially so. I hope you find this verdict satisfactory, Miss Langley. Of course, Prince. Thank you. Very well. She turns to you. What is your name, child? Thane, Prince. She nods. Welcome to the Camarilla, Thane. Now, this evening proved to be even more eventful than I anticipated, but with the fledgling fate decided, I believe our meeting here can be concluded. Thank you all for appearing on such short notice. Give my regards to those who couldn't make it. Kadir, a moment of your time before you return to your duties? Of course, Prince. He shoots you a side glance that doesn't leave much space for interpretation. You will be watched. You will be judged. and it will need be you will be punished. The two of them leave the gallery. Well, Thane, I think we both already managed to significantly improve our each other's evenings. But let's keep the ball rolling, shall we? I think we should have a toast to the new fruitful partnership. She raises her hand at one of the well-dressed concierges who have now reappeared in the showroom to refill the guest glasses. The conventional handsome man approaches with a carafe of red liquid. He pours into 2 tall glasses. You can barely wait until he hands you the drink. Your attention is fully on it. The fact that it's blood, you're certain of it, doesn't faze you this time. While Sophie sips her drink, you realize this thirst, no, this hunger, can only be satiated by drinking the whole glass in a almost single gulp. As the liquid coats your throat, blissful relief takes hold. A pushwoman passing by rolls her eye at your lack of etiquette, but Sophie pays it no mind. Kadir has been starving you, hasn't he? Let's see if I can do something about that. She motions again. The man returns to give you a refill. This time you find yourself having more control. You take a sip, savoring it. It's smoky and warm, making you think of a cozy cabin in the wood. It does strike you as a strange image for your mind to jump to when drinking human blood, but it is what it is. You never tasted anything like it. Do you like it? I think New York's caterers have a very bourgeois idea about what good blood should taste like. Apologies, I must have so many questions. While we're on the topic, perhaps we should start with those related to substance. Yeah, that's a good place to start this thing. Like, you know, I'm a vampire and all that. So substance, does the taste of blood matter? Where do you get blood? How much do we have to drink? Yeah, this actually sounds like the, most important part. Do I need to drain people like the unlucky lady in the apartment? Let's see. I feel this hunger constantly. How much do I have to drink to make it go away? The sad reality is it will never go away. No matter how much you drink, you will always be tempted to have more. Unless you consume someone wholly, to the last drop, paying for temporary relief with their life. But that is a one-way road to losing your humanity. Best start by just taking a single sip from a vessel. Be prudent. Hot, fresh blood will be more satiating than most anything they serve in a fancy glass, but it can make you more voracious. As to how much you should have, it depends. If you're frugal, you can survive many nights without a single drink. But it's risky and will tempt the beast that is part of our curse. Tomorrow I shall take you hunting, and we will explore this topic further. The blood you're having tonight should be enough to keep you happy for now. What do you mean by hunting? About our sire-child relationship? I think that's not the important part here. It's like, hunting people, and they mentioned the beast again. So now I want to know, what's the beast? Yeah? That beast you mentioned, is that a metaphor or... Oh, it's quite real. Although not in a strictly physical sense. It lives in us all. Our nature and hunger manifest. Those more religious among us connected to the biblical Cain, the rage of the first murderer, cursed by God, seething in all his descendants. I, however, am a child of the Enlightenment. Not that it makes my struggle any easier. I have to be wary like every other kindred in this city and beyond. Individual kindred each have a unique relationship to their beast. What yours is going to be remains to be seen. But you need to keep it under control. Each outburst endangers you, not just you, but also the Masquerade. The concierge returns, asking for permission to intrude, which Sophie gives with a polite smile and leans in to whisper in her ear. You note that the gallery is almost empty. I'm being told the gallery is just to be closed, but we still have quite a lot to discuss. We go to one of my apartments. My jalopy is waiting downstairs. Come. The smile she puts on makes you remember last night's encounter in the showroom. A similar eagerness to spend time with this person overtakes you momentarily, and you follow her outside. Your sixth sense tells you she's an artistic soul too, and you unwittingly start projecting good qualities onto her. Sophie leads you a luxurious silver Rolls Royce and invites you to sit in the back. The chauffeur, a broad-shouldered, clean-shaven middle-aged guy, starts driving immediately. Where did you leave off? I believe I started telling you a bit more about our customs. You heard the prince refer to our traditions? The chief among them is the Masquerade. As you might have gathered from us assembling at a niche gallery after closing time, our comings, goings, and doing tends to be somewhat secretive. We do not advertise our existence. We allow myth and modern fiction to morph and muddle with the facts, so to the vast majority of kind, we remain bedtime stories and pop culture icons. Say, is that one television show about vampire angels still popular? You shake your head in confusion. She shrugs and continues talking, looking a little bit more dejected than before. Our clandestine ways help us remain safe, allow us to explain away the occasional trip up to the rational minds of 21st century humanity, and dictate how much of our interaction with mortals. So, what's the risk? Is your driver a vampire? Yeah, that's quite interesting to know. Is there anything the movie gets right? A pop culture thing, asking if more of them are vampires. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about the risk, because I am one now. I want to learn how to minimize the risk. Can imagine it could be risky to be a vampire. Yeah. What's the worst that could happen if you're a vampire? I'm sure you can defeat any threat that comes your way. It would surely make things easier if you could. Unfortunately for us, there are plenty of things that harm us. Chief among them are sunlight and fire. Both will burn you to ash. That's why we rest during the day. You felt it, I'm sure. That it's more like being dead than being dormant. But we have no choice. We are night dwellers, but day sleepers. Some more folk-related threats are just legends, or occasionally a minor nuisance. Garlic, running water, even religious symbols don't repel us, unless the wielder is uniquely pure and godly. Stakes through the heart, though. That's something to avoid. They do not destroy, but they do paralyze, which under the right circumstances can often be the same thing. You're familiar with the sensation, I'm sure. You see her point to the closed wound in your chest. though the 30 clothes where the stake enter are more of a reminder of your defiance at this point than any pain or discomfort is. For a second you expect your heart to beat faster, then you remember it's impossible. That's a reason to have somebody like my trusted driver. Gregory, make sure you're safe when you're drifting away. We have many enemies, and they often know their adventures lie in with daylight. So, is it good to keep human friends? Do vampire watch each other back? So it's vampire versus humans. Yeah, I actually think I want to know this. So it's good to keep human friends. Yeah. It sounds like it's vampire versus humans, right? Masters and slaves. Only nobody knows vampire exists and is ruling from behind the scenes. Something like that. We're stayed in humanity's shadows for as long as civilization has existed. Anytime the kindred felt too secure, too complicated, we suffered great losses. So we need to keep the kind, even those close to us, under strict control, or forfeit them in favor of other kindred. Our sects offers some safety and camaraderie, but often not enough. Long-term solidarity does occur in the Camarilla, but we are in a very politicized organization by necessity. Loyalties to your sire, to your prince, and to the sect. Friends must remain a distant priority at the best for us to maintain the Masquerade and thrive as the years pass. With age comes authority. With it comes influence and power, if you wish to reach for them. She seems to be lost in thought and falls silent for a while, leaving you to ponder all the things you learned tonight. It still feels absolutely unreal, but as a piece after piece of knowledge falls into place, the image becomes almost like an entirely logical jigsaw puzzle. Whatever you wouldn't believe on your own, you've witnessed. Many questions swarm through your thoughts, but the one you keep returning to is that your place in this new reality should be. The car stops. You're in the city, in front of an old but well-renovated apartment building. We're here. Would you like to see your lodgings? My own apartment. Nice. Is there not another parking lot room? Yes, like Kadir left us in. What if I want to sleep in my home? Yeah, actually, I want to sleep in my home, if it's possible. Okay, Kadir threatened us with our sister, but yeah, Yeah. I have an apartment I should go back to, sleep there. All my stuff's there anyway. Does it have sun-proof blinds or a solid secure door? No, I think you would find this apartment much safer. Come upstairs. She leads you through a small hall with a night guard who greets Miss Langley with a good evening, and you take the stairs up to the second floor. Sophie opens the door to room 209. Inside are all the amenities you could expect from a modern apartment, and some you wouldn't have deemed necessary just the previous night, including thick blinds on the window. The back room has a comfortable-looking bed and a thick steel door with several sturdy-looking locks, but no windows. Well, how do you like it? Actually, I think it's a good place to stop for tonight, even if it's just thanking Miss Sophie for the fine apartment. And I'm really grateful that you're watching me. And if you like what you have seen, press like below and see you next time.